Welcome back. Then one thing that people resolve typically to do in the new year is they want to eat healthier, lose some weight. But how many might be thinking about, hey, what about my financial well-being going into 2020? So with us today, one of our favorites, the one and only Mr. Tony Walls from Town and Country Credit Union. Great to have you back, man. Happy New Year.
Yeah, thanks for having me back.
So a lot of people go out, they spend a bunch of money on, holiday gifts and whatnot, and then all of a sudden they get their January statement, they're like, wait a second, what did I just do? How do you start to get yourself back on track in 2020?
I think the best thing is, and usually it's not just Christmas, it's a year long where we might not make the best decisions, myself included, do as I say, not as I do, where it's easy to ring up those cards and get in a situation you don't really want to be. So I think January is a good time for, I'm going to hit the gym and get back in shape, but for financial fitness too, I think it's extremely important. I think the best way to start is when you look at your budget, just writing everything down, I think, is an eye-opener. Of all the bills you have each month, maybe in a little spreadsheet or something, and then kind of go one by one and see if there's ways you can save money on those. What am I doing for my TV and internet? Do I use all these streaming services? Do I do this? What about my phone plan? What about my insurance? Is there ways I could save money in those areas to start?
It's amazing, like for my phone, for example, like there's times I'll just call up and I've got a billing issue or whatnot, and then I talk to the person for a minute, they're like, oh, by the way, if you did, which is actually even a better plan for me, and they're like, you could save $10 a month or $20 a month. So I think sometimes if you just make those calls, you can realize like, hey, I can save a few bucks here.
I've been on my same Sprint plan, I think, for like 20 years with my daughter on there, and I need to do that myself, is just to go check it out.
Yeah.
And I always say, if we can save you some money, great. If not, at least you know you're in the best situation. I have a lot of people coming to me, and they may not necessarily have, I want a loan, but what can I do? So when you look at your car loans, when you look at your mortgage loans, when you look at how your debt's structured, I've had people come in just recently, and they had probably more than they wanted, an unsecured loan, some unsecured credit cards, obviously, and they said, boy, can we refinance these? What can we do? I leased my car, I don't have any equity in that. Well, it comes out they had their house paid off. So we did a home equity loan and rolled it into there and saved them $500 a month, just like that.
Wow. So
I think if you look at, where your loans are at, what the rates are at, just kind of go through a whole checkup. And, on 8 or 10 of them, you might not be able to save any money. But at least you're looking at different ways. Maybe you got your car at a dealership and you're paying 6% and we can get you 4 or 3, So work with your banker, your credit union, and kind of go through the list, just line by line, and see all those little things can make such a huge impact. You save 40, 50 bucks on your car loan. You save 20, 30 bucks on your Sprint bill. You save 15 bucks a month on your insurance. Things like that to go through. And then we get back to the spending habits. You want to make changes. They say, oh, cut out the cup of coffee. I'm never cutting out my smokas. Yeah. There's no way. I'm going to be drinking those till I'm on the street. So let's be honest. But there's definitely things we can make changes on, right?
What are some of those things, though? If there are people going, hey, look, I feel like I'm on a pretty tight budget now. Is there one or two particular things, like, what we find is if people can just maybe cut this or reduce that, it makes a big impact?
Yeah, I think a lot of things is eating out and entertainment. You go to lunch, it's 10, 15 bucks every lunch, just like that. That's 75 bucks a week, it's 300 bucks a month. You go home to eat, you can eat on a couple bucks, just save 200 bucks. Yes, it's nice to go out. It's nice to go out and do things. But when you look at those kind of budgets, you go out and have a couple drinks after work, an appetizer, spend 25 bucks. Yeah. Do that 2-3 times a week. It's easy, 100 bucks a week. Yep.
Adds up in a hurry. So people want more information, or they want to come in and see you. How do they get a hold of you?
We have 6 locations in town at Town and Country Credit Union. They can give us a call. I'm at the 52nd Avenue location. So check us out and get with a good financial person and get that fitness checkup.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Fitness checkup. I like that for your finances in 2020, the year of vision. All right, stay with us when we come back. A lot more coming up right here on North Dakota Today.